Joining us now is Alyssa and a couple of her books. And she is Amanda's LinkedIn friend. Now,
I love social media.
You gotta love social media. There's so many fun ways that we get guests to come on the show. And it's so exciting when we get to meet new people. And Alyssa, for me, is one of those new people. But yeah, LinkedIn is fabulous. I like LinkedIn, you know why? Because I like to see somebody's face in picture.
Yeah.
And then for me, it's like I'm a very visual learner.
Same.
You are too?
Yeah.
I just love that about that. So thank you to Amanda for that. So here we are. And here's one of your babies. Yes. Now you also have a human baby.
Yes.
Okay, tell us about your daughter, Alyssa. Who's your human baby?
My human baby is Isabella Morris, and she is 3. And she also happens to be my toughest critic. I have a whole community of critique partners and other authors that give me really good feedback. But no one gives it to me the way Bella does.
So what does she say? Mommy, I don't like it? What does she say?
She said, Mommy, I don't like it. Yeah. She says, this is not working.
Wow.
She's only 3, but she's very opinionated. So it makes me feel good as a mom that I'm raising her to be so assertive and so empowered.
I love that. But you've been writing children's books longer than you've been a mom.
Absolutely.
So what was the birth of your first book?
My first book, I actually wrote it when I was 7 years old with my mother. In it, I wrote that writing makes me feel like I can do anything that I want to be. Writing is like magic to me. I actually have it with me.
You do?
Not physically here.
Yeah.
But I keep it on
your
my
soul?
desk.
Oh, you mean I thought you looked at it. It's like deep in the heart of me. But you keep it on your desk as inspiration.
As my reminder. Yeah.
I have a picture from kindergarten where I drew myself as a brownie. I was in my Girl Scout uniform at 4, 5, troop 4, 5, 6. It's interesting that you could look back on your childhood and see a little piece, a little glimpse of who you are as a grown-up person.
Absolutely. I think as children, we know ourselves so well, and then society and life happens, and then we kind of lose sight of it. So to have that memory of what I wanted to be when I was younger is just so awesome.
Go back to 5. Grow back. Oh, right. I like that. Grow back to 5.
I do like that too.
So here we are. So this is Platanos, Our Love. Okay, Platanos. So tell us about this.
So
Platanos.
Platanos, Our Love is...
Oh, you say that better than me. Say it again.
Platanos. It's because I'm Dominican,
yes.
So I got that advantage. So it's really an intergenerational story between Esme, the main character, and her abuela, and she learns how to make plátanos in several different ways in the kitchen. But most importantly, she learns about her ancestors and their resilience and how these recipes were passed down from generation to generation, even though for many, many years, they weren't allowed to read and write.
Okay.
And that's really personal to me because my grandmother actually didn't learn to read and write until she was an adult going to church. She grew up in the Dominican Republic during a time when girls were not invested in, when they couldn't get an education. And to be able to immortalize her story and her struggle and her just like her perseverance was just magical to me.
So this is your abuela.
Yes.
It's based upon
this
your
is my abuela, and the hair might look recognizable. So technically, Esme's supposed to be me. And then this is my little sister, Kayla.
Oh, this is fantastic. So what has been the response for this book so far?
Oh my God. It got a glowing review from Kirkus Review. It got a glowing review from Publishers Weekly. And I think the most exciting reviews have been from my fellow author friends that happen to be award-winning authors, that they just love it. They resonate with it. They see our culture on the page, and it just makes them so happy. They've read it to their kids, and their kids love it, which kids are the toughest critics.
Yes, I was going to say, based upon the Isabella scale.
Yeah.
Okay, so the illustrations are also very lovely.
Mariah is so amazingly talented. I'm so glad that we got paired together.
When you have to put a children's book together, and it has to be to a certain age group, how do you know how many words to the page? Did you have to research all of that?
Yes.
A lot goes into it, correct?
Yes. Before this book came out, this was 5 years in the making.
Wow.
So, everyone is just like, oh, you did it. And I'm like, yeah, I did it. A lot went into it beforehand, like the research. I took classes, I worked with critique groups, and then once you finally get it to a point where you're satisfied with it, you start querying an agent, and then hopefully,
somebody likes you and they take it.
Exactly.
They take it.
Exactly.
Now this one's fun. This is The Bronx is My Home.
Yes.
Right? And I see a zoo animal.
Yes.
Okay.
This one comes out October of this year.
Okay.
So 2 book launches in 1 year, which is not typical.
Okay.
But I'm really proud of it. It's very different. It's more of like a tour guide book, and at the core, it's really a love letter to the Bronx. I wanted to change the narrative about the Bronx because so much of what you see in the media negatively portrays
well,
it.
you know what it is too? It gets a bad rap because of the Cross Bronx Expressway.
Oh,
Because Alyssa, when you're driving over the Cross Bronx Expressway, the entire region is like, oh, the Bronx. You don't want to go to the Bronx because you just don't want to go on that road. So I think if we could do a fundraiser, right, and we could do a Smile a Mile where people like donate money to fix the road, then I think the Bronx would feel better. It needs like a little love. It needs some TLC. It's not the Bronx. I'm telling you, it's the road.
It's the infrastructure.
It's the infrastructure.
Yeah,
it's the road.
Sure.
Okay, but this is a great book. And I really like this. And I see that it has certain words in it that are, claro que sí.
Yes.
Okay.
Claro que sí, of course.
Okay, so this is
Spanglish.
Great. There you go. That's the word, Spanglish. Okay, so it's a teaching tool as well as paying homage, as well as like a place for you to take your family.
Yeah.
Different things that you could see. Alyssa, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So excited to celebrate you. This makes me happy.
Oh, this makes me happy.
I love children's books. Truly, like for me, that if somebody said, what is your favorite thing from childhood, it would be two things. It would be my little TV set that you could put a record on top. It was called a show and tell.
Yeah.
And then I loved that thing, and it had like a film strip. And I loved my pop-up books too. And this also feels like a pop-up book because the graphics are so engaging and so much fun. So there you go. It comes to life. And I don't know if you guys could see this at home, but there's the main character, and he's giving a big roar. Can you roar with me, Alyssa, on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3, roar. Okay, thanks for watching. And check out our books. Be well.